What really happened to Rome's Ninth Legion? In the dawn's mist, 5,000 steel-clad figures advance along a muddy track. They are Legio IX Hispana, Rome's Ninth Legion, veterans of Caesar's Gallic Wars and conquerors of Iberia. In AD 43, under Emperor Claudius, they landed on Britannia's shores and built a fortress at Eboracum, modern York, forming an iron fence between civilization and the wild. For decades they patrolled dense forests and misty moors, their standards snapping in the wind and their eagles gleaming in the sun. Then, sometime after AD 108, they vanished without a trace. Born in the late 1st century BC, the Ninth earned its Hispana title on Spain's rocky battlefields, mastering discipline under Caesar's command and cementing Roman rule across Gaul. Under Vespasian, they suppressed the Batavian revolt in AD 71, earning glory and the honor of guarding Britannia's cold frontier. At Eboracum, they built timber ramparts and bristling towers, sending patrols into territory held by fierce tribes, the Brigantes to the south and the mysterious Picts to the north. But after AD 108, inscriptions marking their presence abruptly end. Scrolls listing Rome's active legions in AD 197 omit the Ninth entirely. No triumphal arches commemorate their victories. No mass grave or funeral pyre bears witness to a final stand. How could a legion seasoned by centuries of war simply disappear from history? One answer lies in Caledonia's tangled woodlands. In the 19th century, historian Theodore Mommsen proposed that the Ninth marched north of Hadrian's Wall and walked into an ambush. Picture pre-dawn fog and hidden warriors raining javelins into tight Roman formations. Shields splinter, shields shatter, standards waver as survivors are cut down in the undergrowth. In the chaos, the legion's eagle falls, and Rome, humiliated, erases them from its records. Yet the tale complicates when archaeological finds resurface in Nijmegen, ancient Novio-Magus, where stamped tiles bearing Leg Hisp date by kiln analysis to around AD 120. If authentic, these fragments suggest detachments of the Ninth served on the Rhine frontier long after their last British inscription. Critics argue the tiles are misdated or forged, but the possibility remains. Perhaps only part of the legion perished in the north while the rest regrouped elsewhere. Another theory sends the Ninth eastward to battlefield crucibles beneath foreign suns. In AD 132 to 135, the Bar Kokhba revolt in Judea demanded every legion on hand. Could the Ninth have faced guerrilla warfare among rocky hills and perished in hidden vales? Or in AD 161 to 166, during Marcus Aurelius's Parthian War, might a legion have crumbled before swift horse archers beyond the Euphrates? Ancient historian Cassius Dio records an anonymous legion's annihilation in those campaigns. If that legion was the Ninth, Rome again chose silence over shame. In spring 2025, a surprising revelation emerged from the Vatican archives. A set of imperial letters, once catalogued as routine correspondence, refer to Legio IX withdrawn from rolls after a grave incident of misconduct. The documents hint at a mutiny or strategic failure severe enough to warrant damnatio memoriae, a formal blotting out of the legion's name. Instead of battlefield defeat, perhaps political disgrace sealed their fate. Veterans were reassigned, honors were stripped, and the Ninth slipped into oblivion by bureaucratic decree. Today, modern science joins the quest. Magnetometers sweep Northumbrian moors, scanning for buried ditches or mass graves. Forensic anthropologists analyze bone fragments, tracing isotope signatures back to Hispania, Gaul, or the eastern provinces. Ceramic specialists use thermoluminescence to refine tile dating. Digital cartographers overlay ancient routes on modern landscapes, mapping every plausible march. Each soil core, each tile fragment, each faint inscription brings us closer to the truth. Yet amid data and debate, the human element endures. We imagine a young recruit from Tarraco, wide-eyed at the prospect of distant campaigns. We hear a centurion's heartbeat as he orders his men forward into hostile fog. We feel the standard-bearer's grip tighten on the eagle, torn between saving the emblem and saving his comrades. Every artifact, a broken pylon point, a rusted helmet crest, a fragment of painted tile, echoes with lives lived under bronze and sorrow buried under peat. Why does this mystery grip us? Because it reveals the fragility of power. Rome's legions built empires, carved roads, and erected aqueducts, yet even they could vanish from memory. History is shaped by those who preserve it, and by those who silence it. The ninth's disappearance is both a military enigma and a cautionary tale, that success can be celebrated while failure can be erased. As we follow this legion's vanished footsteps, we become detectives across centuries. We sift through broken pottery, decode tile stamps, and decipher faded ledgers. We visualize soldiers marching through moorland mists, reenactors donning segmented armor, and archivists tracing inked letters in candlelit rooms. Each scene unfolds like a shard of history, waiting to be pieced together. And yet, the final verdict remains unwritten. With each excavation season and every new archival discovery, the ninth's fate inches closer to revelation, but never quite emerges fully. In that unresolved ending lies the story's power, a mystery that invites endless hypotheses and captivates our imagination. Join us on Vault of Forgotten Mysteries as we tread the same mist-shrouded paths, brush away centuries of silence, and hunt for Rome's lost legion. Subscribe now, ring the bell, and journey with us into history's hidden chapters. Because for every unanswered question, there is a story still waiting to be told.